Baruch, good morning.
Good morning.
Before we do the checking for our Chametz at home, we make a bracha. Now, like all the brachot, we're supposed to do it before we start the mitzvah. So before we start the mitzvah of checking our home for Chametz, for that search for those 10 pieces of bread wrapped up as we explained yesterday, we come together as a family and the father of the house is going to make a bracha on behalf of everybody. The bracha that he makes is not al bidikat Chametz, rather the bracha, the blessing that he makes, is going to be al biur Chametz, on the burning of the Chametz. And the reason is because obviously the point is to definitely check our homes and rid it of all Chametz, but the purpose of this checking is to check and to find and then to burn. That's why if a house is 100% clean, that's why, and that's where the minhag came from, to put those 10 pieces of bread around the house. So this way when we make the bracha on the burning of the chametz, at least we're going to be burning something when we come the next morning and burn the chametz. So the bracha of al biur chametz is done. No talking is supposed to be done. Again, just like, imagine I take my tefillin, I put them on, and I start talking. And I'm rapping and I'm talking and I'm talking. We know we're not allowed to do that in all types of mitzvot and all type of berachot. So when it comes to the checking of chametz, until we actually start checking, for our intents and purposes, until we find the first piece of bread, we're not allowed to talk at all. After that, we're allowed to talk only with things that have to do with the concept and this task of looking for our chametz. So you're allowed to say, turn on the light, open the door, pass this. Anything that is involved with the checking of the chametz, that's the only things we're allowed to be talking about. Obviously, if there's a minor emergency or a doubt of an emergency with a candle, obviously we're allowed to speak with that. Anything that has to do with the checking, we speak about. Anything not, no. Now, to redo a beracha, you'll only have to redo a beracha if you speak something that has nothing to do with the checking before you found, or at least started checking, before you found your first piece of bread. After that, even if by mistake you talked about something that had nothing to do with the checking, we do not go back and make a beracha. The last halakha I'll mention for this morning is, there is a disagreement among the poskim if we're supposed to make the bracha of shechiyanu or not on the checking of chametz. Again, Shechianu, we're blessing HaKadosh Baruch Hu that He gave us life and opportunity to get to this place and this time. And this mitzvah, it's mitzvah of once a year. Many are of the opinion that you're supposed to make a Shechianu on the mitzvah of checking Chametz. Halakha l'maaseh is we don't make a Shechianu on the checking of Chametz because there are enough poskim, Chachamim, that say we should not. And therefore, you have one of two options: either not to make the shechianu, or what would be ideal is to have a new fruit or new clothes. Normally you save the new clothes for the chag, so a new fruit. When you have a new fruit, you'll be able to make a shechianu on the fruit, having in mind also the mitzvah of checking the chametz. One last thing we'll mention is the shechianu that we make by the seder night. That shechianu is an all-encompassing shechianu for all the mitzvot on Pesach. Mitzvot on Pesach are very, very many. We have a handout that Hashem will give it out. I believe that we have 8 different mitzvot that we fulfill during Pesach that are, and each one in its own right deserves a shechianu. However, Chachamim came and they said we're going to do one shechianu that's all-encompassing. One of them that we're going to do on the Seder night, which is the next night, that one should have in mind if they didn't have a new fruit, is that Shechianu is also going towards the mitzvah of Bidikat and Biur Hametz, which happens once a year. So may HaKadosh Baruch Hu give us a long life and health to do this Bidikat, and hopefully this is the last Bidikat Hametz we have to do in order that Mashiach comes and all together in Yerushalayim. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, you had a question, Avi.